What's going on, all my toy collectors and Sonic fans out there? You know who it is. It's your boy Jakks. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Sonic the Hedgehog Giant Eggman Robot Battle Set by Jakks Specific Toys. Now this thing actually came out last year. I just didn't go ahead and purchase it until now because I just came across it at Target for the low price of only $20. So let's go ahead and crack this out of the box, take a closer look, and let it join the rest of the toys that I have here in the Cave of Wonders. All right, guys. Alright guys, let's start off by taking a look at the front of the box. You can see right here in the lower left it says Sonic the Hedgehog. Right here on the right, let you know it's made by Jakks Specific Toys, and the name of it is called the Giant Eggman Robot Battle Set. Now I'm used to calling him Dr. Robotnik. I never really grew up calling him Eggman, so if you hear me say Robotnik, I'm just referring to Eggman, alright guys? Now this is a battle set, so as you can see right here that he breaks into 5 different pieces. If you use that little catapult, you end up shooting this little Sonic figure that comes with this box. You shoot it into the Eggman, and then he ends up breaking apart into 5 different pieces. Now I've already measured the box out for you guys. It's 14 inches long by 10 inches tall by 6 inches wide. So that's how much shelf space you're going to need if you decide to display him in the box. Looking at the side, you can see a cartoon image of Sonic the Hedgehog right there. And then on the back, you can see that little catapult. You can see the little Sonic figure that comes with it. And if you just shoot him into the Robotnik right here, into the robot, I think right here in the middle, I think if you shoot him 3 times, 3 chest strikes, he'll end up breaking apart into all them different pieces, all right? This right here lets you know how the battle damage ends up working right there, right here in the middle. Let you know that it also has a launching hand rocket right there, and it has sliding booster flames on the back. I think these end up hooking on the back, and the fire ends up shooting out of the bottom. But yeah, I'll let you know right here that it's over 9 inches tall. So let's go ahead and crack him out of the box and get a closer look. All right, guys? Okay, now here's that robotic Eggman out of the box. You can see it comes with some directions. He's in plastic, all zip tied in the box, and I'll rip all that out for you guys. Now these directions right here just show you how to hook him together. You see it comes in 5 different pieces. He ends up having a little rocket launcher that hooks on the back. This right here is how you shoot his hand, how you use that catapult to shoot that Sonic figure at him. And this right here is how you end up breaking him apart into different pieces, hitting him right in the middle. This right here is just more explanations. And this right here is how that battle damage ends up working on the robot. You hit him enough times, he ends up breaking apart into different pieces, all right? Let's go ahead and crack him out of the box, and I'll get to it and putting them together for you guys, all right? Okay, now here's that robot out of the box. You can see it comes with a head or a body, basically. He has 2 legs, 2 arms that are actually the rocket launchers. These right here are the 2 missiles that fit in where the hands are supposed to go. He has a little jetpack and then a little catapult that ends up shooting that Sonic figure. Now let's go ahead and start putting them together, okay? Okay, now starting off with the legs right here, just so you guys know and you don't get them mixed up, that this little tab right here on the inside, you can see it on both legs, that's supposed to be pointing the inside of his body. You don't want that pointing on the outside, because I thought it did, because this right here rotates. So I was trying to hook this into his body right there and it wouldn't end up going. But that's because I didn't realize that these little tabs right here are supposed to go on the inside of his body. So let's go ahead and hook this in first. This right here is his body. You can see that little locking mechanism. It just slides right into there. And there you go. It just fits right in there. His leg can go up, leg can go down and stuff, but that's how it's supposed to look. Same with the other side. Just grab that, stick it right in there, and it ends up fitting in there just fine. Let's go ahead and grab one of his arms. It doesn't really matter. You can tell which arm is which by this little shoulder piece right here, so you know that this is the left side of his body. I'm going to say right because I'm looking at it from the right. But yep, you just pop that in there just like that. Same with this one. Just locks right in there. So no issues there. This right here is those 2 rocket launchers I was telling you about, or 2 missiles basically. They end up fitting in where the hands are supposed to go. And you just slide those right into there. Just like that. Boom. So that's how that goes. And this right here is that little rocket booster. It doesn't have any kind of button you push in it to end up dropping down the flame effects. So there's no button that you end up pushing or anything. You just use your hands right here. You just push those up if you don't want them shown, and push them down if you do. Obviously, he's not really going to fly. This is not a flying toy. So then you end up just sliding these 2 little notches right here, right on his back right there. And boom. That way you can show him like flying if you want to. Little jet boosters. So, you know. And that right there is how he looks. Now he does have these little missiles. There's a button on each side. Right here and right here on each side of his arm. You end up pushing those and he ends up shooting out those rocket launchers just like that. And then just stick them right back in. Now the arms might come off if you like pull on them. Okay, now here he is all put together. Just make sure when you are putting him together that this thing right here, if you put your little fingernail right in there and rotate it around, you want to make sure that it's a blank spot right there, because if it's all the way on battle damage number 3, then the pieces won't fit. They'll just keep popping out because they'll think he's already been destroyed. So just make sure you rotate that all the way around until it's blank right there, all right? Now his head does rotate around back and forth, not all the way. His arms do come up. They do bend at the elbows. Like I said, these right here are his missile launchers that shoot out of his hands. His legs can bend up. They can go down. They can bend just a little bit at the knee. Not a whole lot, because if you start moving him too much, he'll end up just breaking apart, because that's what he's meant to do. And then these right here are his little rocket launchers. Like I said, you push that button on both hands, they'll end up shooting out. And then you can have him shooting at Sonic if you want right here. I think this robot is actually meant for the, was it 2.5-inch line, but I'm just using a 4-inch Sonic right here. But you just shoot him and he ends up shooting out. It doesn't shoot very hard. Then again, I noticed out of the box that this figure, both the rocket launchers were stuck in the hands. So them springs might have already been kind of, you know, bad just a little bit from sitting in there for over the year, already, you know, having the springs already pushed back. But yeah, this right here is how he looks. And like I said, if you just hit this 3 different times, his whole body will fall apart. So, you know, once, that right there is how the first thing of battle damage looks. Hit it again, that's how it looks. And then if you hit it the 3rd time, it ends up breaking apart in all those different pieces. So that's what ends up happening. Let me go ahead and slide them all back together, and then I'll show you what that little catapult Sonic that he comes with ends up doing, all right? Okay, now right here's that little catapult that you use to shoot this little Sonic figure at Dr. Eggman right there, and then it breaks apart that robot. Obviously, you just stick him in there, and how far you pull this catapult back is how hard he's going to end up hitting. So you put your finger on that little tab, pull it back. Obviously, if you pull it back real hard, he's going to end up flying really far. So you just got to play around with it and see how hard you got to pull it back in order to get it to hit this guy right where you want him to hit it at. Now, taking a look at the Sonic figure, he's stuck in this little crouching ball position right here. Now, he feels like a little squishy ball. He just, you know, he's really squishy. Like I said, like a little ball you just get out of one of them 25-cent machines. And now taking a look at him next to the 4-inch Sonic figure that Jakks Pacific had came out with years ago. Obviously, I think this robot is meant to go with the 2.5-inch line rather than the 4-inch line. But I'm not going to go out there and go try and search the 4-inch line and go find all these, because I already have a bunch of them in the 4-inch scale. But yeah, he just feels really squishy, like a little ball. I mean, maybe they did that in case you know, a kid shoots it at another kid, it doesn't end up hitting them and hurting them or nothing like that. See if we can get him. Boom. Two. Let's get up. Oh. 3. Boom. That's how you end up doing it right there. And he just falls apart in all those different pieces, guys. Okay, now here's that Eggman robot next to these other 4-inch Sonic figures that I have. Like I said, I think he's meant for the 2.5-inch figures, but these are the figures that I have. And I think he measures out to 9 inches tall. Yep, he's about 9 inches tall. And the widest part, I would say, is his rockets that shoot out of his hands. I'd say those about 10 inches. So he's about 10 inches wide, about 9 inches tall. So that's how much shelf space you're going to need when you're displaying him. Obviously, I'm going to have him as like a centerpiece, and I'm going to have all these little figures all around him. This right here is the Eggman that I end up having, or Dr. Robotno. He doesn't fit inside of here, which would have been really cool. Been cool if this little like latch right here ended up popping open and you could fit him right inside there, but it doesn't matter. But that right there is how the 4-inch Dr. Robotnik looks right here standing next to him.
What do you say, Robotnik? You think you can go toe-to-toe with the fastest hedgehog around?
You pathetic hedgehog! I will crush you!
Sorry, guys. I like doing that little voice acting stuff. But yeah, man, this right here was a look at Dr. Robotnik, or Eggman robot right here. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. If you guys already bought this, like I said, I know it came out last year, but man, I got this thing for 20 bucks this weekend, so I wasn't going to pass it up. It's a really cool little figure right here. Like I said, it's not too big for my shelf, but it's going to display nicely with these Sonic figures that I already had. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. If you guys already bought this, let me know down in the comments. Until then, have a good one.